Hello everyone, it's me from Stampin' with Valerie, and my name is Valerie. I don't know why I didn't say that first. I'm here with my Aunt Sandy, and we are going to be...
I'm learning.
She's learning, and we're going to be using the adorable Triangle stamp set from the August to December mini catalog. And actually, all we're actually going to be using from it is a sentiment, because we fell in love with the dies way too much. They are the stitched triangle dies. Look at those. Look how many dies you get in there. And they all coordinate together. They coordinate with this stamp set. There's another stamp set in the annual catalog that they coordinate with that I can't think of the name of right now, so I apologize. But we used a bunch of these. We cut a bunch of trees with this. And we're gonna make a cute little Christmas card, and we are going to use, if you haven't seen it yet, the new red and green foil. Look at how shiny that is. And I know it's in the plastic, but it really is that shiny. And we are going to use some of the, I gotta look at the name of it to make sure I get it right, Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper for our background. So let's get started, Aunt Sandy.
All right.
Let's show them how to do this. All right, so we're gonna start with a Whisper White card base. So you just have to fold your card base in half, give it a good crease. There's the bone folder, Aunt Sandy. And then this is the piece of Designer Series paper we decided to use because we liked all those little white polka dots that are on there, and they're just adorable. Now, one thing I will say, this green doesn't match any of our greens in the catalog. So if you're trying to match any of the greens with this, it really doesn't match any of them. So that's why we chose to use just the real red side. So for this one, instead of using the Stampin' Seal, we're just going to use some glue because I think it'll be easier since we got to go right up against the edges. And we'll just go around our paper with that Tombow. Whatever kind of glue you have at home is fine. You don't need a lot of it, just a little tiny squirt around all the edges and some in the middle. And then we're going to use a technique that I tried to use yesterday, and because I cut my paper wrong, I couldn't do it. So I apologize for that. And I see I have a little clump of glue right there that came out of the tip of the glue bottle. Yeah. So I better get that off from there, or I'm gonna have a lump in my card. So set your card base on your Stamparatus, and then you take your piece of Designer Series paper and you push it up into the corner. And it's definitely easier if you're using glue for this. And then press it down. And then your piece of Designer Series paper will fit your paper perfectly. And you aren't off the edges anywhere. It's perfect. And then because you have glue, you can slide it. Isn't that great?
Yes.
It's perfect. That's what I think everyone needs a Stamparatus.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Everyone.
Everyone needs one of these. See, it's Aunt Sandy approved. So that means you have to get one. All right, so the next thing we did is we cut a piece of Whisper White, and we used, I just got it in the mail the other day, the Dainty Diamonds folder. Isn't this pretty? Look at that paper. Look how pretty that is. So we ran it through the folder, and we're gonna put dimensionals on the back of that and add that to the front of our card. Wait till you see our trees. Our trees are really pretty because we use the foil paper for those. And they're absolutely gorgeous because I got the paper and I hadn't used it yet. And then I actually borrowed the triangle dies from a friend of mine and the triangle stamp set because I was like, I really need to use these. I'm gonna put a couple extra on here, Aunt Sandy, because that way since we've got a lot of trees going on the front,
yeah,
we better put a couple extra.
Okay.
But we decided we would use that foil paper because it's so sparkly. And then we wanted to make it a little bit different because those, the right triangle dies, is that what they're called? See, now I'm second guessing what they're called again. Stitched triangle dies have that stitching around the edge that I like. So we had to leave some trees with just the stitching, and then some of the other ones we ran through folders. So when you see them, you're gonna be amazed at how cute they look.
And there's so many varieties.
Yes, we did a couple of different folders. And you can use any folder that you want, really. But we kind of went with what we thought looked Christmassy. So now that I got 1,000 dimensionals on here. Because I usually don't use that many, but I used a lot.
It's not gonna fall off.
That's right. It's not gonna fall off. It's gonna stay right where we put it. And so we each have 5 trees. So I have 3 of the green and 2 of the real red. Is it crooked? It should peel off.
It is crooked, but
that's all right. We'll get it.
It's gonna have to stay crooked
because those ones won't come off.
Stuck.
Oh, okay. See how good our dimensionals are? They really stick.
Yes. We use so many dimensionals.
We use so many.
I can't move it now.
Okay, so we used, again, the Dainty Diamonds. So that's my big tree is Dainty Diamonds. Aunt Sandy's is the red one is in Dainty Diamonds. But look how it kind of, you can see it better on the red one. How it kind of took some of that red off, and so you just have that little silver poking through from that foil. So we thought that was really pretty. And then we used the Winter Snow for one of the medium-sized trees. Mine's red, Aunt Sandy's is, or mine's green, Aunt Sandy's is red. I don't know my colors, I'm colorblind, just saying. And we used one of the wrapped in texture folders to get these little polka dots. Now mine is red and Aunt Sandy's is green for sure this time. And then we each have a plain one with just the stitching. I say plain, but they have the stitching.
Plain green and
plain green and a plain red. And then we used some of the stitched stars dies and cut out some stars for the top of our trees. So we are just going to add some dimensionals to the back of all of our trees, and then we're going to figure out how we're going to layer them on here. They're just going to be all kind of laying them over top of each other just a little bit, but and it only take a couple of dimensionals for each tree. We don't have to use the 1,000 like I did with the other. And I actually think for the small ones, I'm going to put a mini dimensional at the top of each because they'll fit better, those mini ones. But running that paper, this foil paper through the folders, it really, really gives it a fun look and such a different texture. We had fun trying to figure out which ones we were going to use. We were cutting and we were like, we were going to start with 3 trees and then we went to 4 trees
and we ended up with 5
trees because we just couldn't decide how many we really wanted. So this one, that one's coming off, so I've already took the backings off of it. I probably should have waited. I'm not sure if I want my big tree in the middle or off to the side. This one. Oh, I kind of like that. I don't want to stick this one down yet because it's got the backing off from it. Oh, sorry. I'm hoarding all the mini dimensionals. That's what I do. That's kind of cute. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment on a piece of real red cardstock. And our sentiment is happy wishes to you and yours. And that comes out of that tree angle stamp set. So, okay, I'm going to put this red one on here first and let it stick down, and then I can add my other ones too. Now when you put them on, it doesn't matter if you go over the edge of that Whisper White piece a little bit, because that just kind of gives it a little bit of character. I think that looks kind of cute.
And I totally agree.
Yes, she approves of my design, people. I can put it together now. I love these snowflakes. I like how this snowflake folder looks on here. Yeah, when we were putting it through the snowflake folder, we had to get the snowflakes in just the right spot so we could have a big snowflake on there, a whole snowflake. So we had to play around when we were running it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but it turned out perfect. I mean, if we do say so ourselves.
That's right.
if we just want to tell everyone that. Now I'm wondering if I should put that one up a little bit since my sentiment's going to go across here anyway. Because I was going to have it down here. I have to remember all of my trees are going to have stars on the top too. So I think I'm going to take this big dimensional off the bottom and put a mini dimensional on it so I can push it farther up. How's your trees coming, Aunt Sandy?
They're good.
Those are pretty. I like them. I like them a lot.
Red one over here.
There. I think my green one's crooked.
And just a little crooked.
I think this one's a little crooked. I might have to move him.
That's
To see if you're really careful when you pull that, if you only put 2 dimensionals on, you can kind of shift them a little bit.
And that was what I needed.
And that's exactly what I needed to do too. I really like that Dainty Diamonds though.
Yeah.
I like how that looks on there. I think it's perfect.
I like my trees.
Let's see, should I put him like that?
And I
then
decided
my
I'm going to put
sentiment
my
underneath, your sentiment underneath.
sentiment
Yeah, mine's
underneath.
going to kind of go across my trees just a little bit. All right, so for our sentiment, we are going to use Shaded Spruce, and we're going to stamp it onto the real red, because we thought, why not? Let's do something a little bit different. I'll let Aunt Sandy stamp hers first since I'm not quite ready.
Oh.
And then we can add our stars to our trees. Now, there are 3 different ways you can add your stars to your trees. You can use a little bit of glue, because some of the stars are really tiny. Because for the little trees, we die cut the tiniest ones out of the stitch stars.
Careful.
And
that's wet.
okay, because they're super tiny. And then you could use glue dots, and you can use mini Stampin' Dimensionals as well. So we might do a little bit of each. And then I think I'm gonna put, oh, I hope I didn't just smear that. I didn't. I thought I did. I'm gonna put dimensional, well, I can only put dimensionals on part of mine over here because I have to, it's gonna stick to my tree on this side. So I'm gonna put a dimensional here.
Dimensionals on both ends of mine.
Okay. And then we used the banners Pick a Punch, and for mine, we used the banner side, and for Aunt Sandy's, we used, I don't know what you call that, a pennant side?
Yeah.
Pennant? I guess that's what it would be. And then we can just add, I'm gonna use just a little bit of Stampin' Seal on this end, where that's gonna be on the tree. And then I'm gonna put, I know it's gonna come right here, so I'm gonna put 1 big dimensional there. Oh, that looks so cute. And you know what's even better? We have extra stars. We could put stars on the ends of our sentiments too.
Yes, we could, because we do have.
Because we have lots of stars. Because Aunt Sandy already has a pile of stars. I have this whole big pile of stars.
I don't think I can use that one.
Which one? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna use this little one.
See, after I put that whole tree on there, now this big one's crooked. After I made the other one straight, I made that one crooked. All right. Sentiment goes
Or
on here.
It might have been already crooked, and it just looks. And it looks.
We're not going to tell anyone.
great.
We're not going to tell anyone that.
Okay.
We're going to keep it a secret.
I used the mini dimensional to put my big star.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. That pops up. All right. I don't think I cut any extra tiny stars. So mine are going to get these medium-sized stars. Because remember I used the other die for yours, and then I went back and just did this. I did this die so we could get a bunch of stars out of it from the stitch stars. But I didn't get the super mini stars again. So I'll have to use these ones. So sad. I don't get to use super big stars. It's all right.
Yep.
I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna use a mini dimensional for the top of my star here. And it's gonna be adorable.
It is, because they just look really
They do look really good.
Really cute.
And I think maybe I'll use this size star for that one, because I don't want two big stars right next to each other. This one I'll use a little bit of glue.
Yeah, because...
Are the glue dots not cooperating?
Yeah, but that one I maybe should have used, but I didn't.
Oh, you did a
So,
dimensional on it?
I did, but now I have to turn it just a little. So
It's not quite straight. We
No.
we don't do anything crooked on
no,
this One Card Wonder Wednesday video. Never.
that was before Aunt Sandy was in
Yeah.
it.
Well, and then I invited her. Now look what's happening.
But on these little ones, I think we have to
Yeah.
have a little dot of glue.
Yeah, for those tiny ones, for
the
sure.
Tiny ones.
And then will you hand me the glue dots? I'll use a glue dot on this one. And then I've
Oh.
used all 3 ways to put my stars on.
That's right. I had forgot about the glue dots.
See, I thought you were using them over there.
I was going to. I may still
So
have
you can
to.
just stick your star on there and peel it off. And then you can stick your
Just-
star. They might be a little big for...
Glue did not work.
Try it and see if it's too big or not. I don't know.
Let's see. I think it'll be fine.
I think it'll be all right. There's just that one little tiny piece, but you can maybe, it might be able to fold under if you want it to. So I used some of the brushed metallic foil paper in gold for our stars. Okay, the way the polka dots are on this one, it's making my star go wonky, so I gotta fix it. I love that. We made some cute cards. That's all I'm gonna say. We make cute cards. And then I don't know if I want to put a star on here or not, because it looks kind of off after you got all the stars on the trees.
There.
Ta-da!
I don't have this one quite straight, but
That one's being a
it'll be
jerk.
all right.
There's our
There we go.
cards. Ta-da! Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it, and I'm so excited my Aunt Sandy got to spend some time here because of Hurricane Sally, even though she came from Biloxi Gulfport area, and now Hurricane Sally's coming for us in this
Yeah.
area in Florida. So
Instead of running away from Hurricane Sally, I ran right to it.
ran right into it. That's how our family operates, so that's why you know why I stick my fingers in glue and ink pads all the
Ink
time.
pads all the time, yeah.
All right, thank you for joining us. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. Bye.
Bye.